This is a TP&W engine going from Peoria to East Peoria, crossing the river. It's going very slow because of the water that could wipe out the trestle and the engine both. Here's another slower shot of it. This is Camp Street in East Peoria. These cars are headed for the Steak and Shake or maybe the Franklin Street Bridge to cross over into Peoria. There's approximately 4 to 5 foot of water here. This was probably when the water was receding towards the last of May, 1st of June, when the water really started to go down. The railroad cleaning debris away from the tracks crossing the river from Peoria to East Peoria so it would not damage the trestle going across the river. In the late 30s, early 40s, they also had big snows, as you see here on Route 24 east of Washington, Illinois in 1939, 1940. You're now on the Illinois Terminal Railroad, having just left Morton, getting ready to approach Mackinac. We're now going to go to across the Mackinac River. There's the Mackinac River. And there comes up the bridge. There's the bridge. Straight ahead goes to Bloomington. To the right goes to Springfield and St. Louis. This is in 1936. Now we're just left Mackinac Depot, headed for Bloomington with a 2-car special. There she goes, heading for Bloomington. Now then, we're approaching Route 9 between Pekin and Tremont. We're going to go underneath Route 9 here in a second or two with this 2-car special. Now we're going under Route 9 between Pekin and Tremont. This is all gone now. There's nothing left. The tracks are gone. This has all been filled in, but the road still goes overhead. And here comes our train with the 3-car special. On another day, we're approaching Allentown, Illinois. On the right, the grain elevator. On the left, the grain elevator and the little depot is there. Now we're going down Caldwell Hill in East Peoria. This was a long run, which ended up in the yards in East Peoria. The Illinois Terminal Railroad was started in 1906, somewhere in that area, and went out of business in the mid-1960s, I believe it was, somewhere along there. Now we're coming into the East Peoria yard on a snowy, wintry day. Now watch this coal truck as it goes by, full of coal. That's something you don't see much anymore either, do you? No, you don't. Here comes another one into the East Peoria yard, probably at a road speed about 60, 65 miles an hour. The year is 1957, and you're looking at the Fond du Lac Hill on the east side of the river in East Peoria. The road down in front of you there is Route 116. To the left goes to Metamora, to the right goes to East Peoria. This is the start of the construction of Illinois 74 across the river from the east into Peoria. Here are some more pictures of East Peoria. Some of these places are not around anymore. There's the Fond du Lac Bridge, which is so common today. This is back in the early stages of construction. Some more of East Peoria. These houses are probably gone today. I'm sure this little store is gone now. Probably a little mom and pop grocery store. Here we see some men putting a drainage pipe underneath or around Route 116. Here we see a tractor clearing the hill on Fond du Lac Hill, which the road will go down over the hill, across 116 and into Peoria. Here's some more shots of 116. Here we see a group of men clearing an area where a drainage pipe will go. This is on the road down over the hill from Fond du Lac down to Route 116. This drains the water off of runoff from snow, rain, and any other moisture which may develop, and keep it off of the roadway for safety problems. Here we see a couple drainage culverts underneath some railroad tracks, which are believed to be the Pekin and Peoria Union Railway, but this cannot be verified at this time. There's some more of East Peoria. Here's loading some dirt from down on the area just on the other side of 116. These are Euclids or Laternos. They had asked Caterpillar if they would give a discount if they could use their equipment. Caterpillar said no, so they went to either Euclid or they used Laterno equipment. This is looking down from Fond du Lac Hill down over the river. These two roadways you see here are the right, or east and west roadways going in and out of Peoria, which will soon have the bridge on the other end. There's a better shot of it. Here are some more shots from the east side of the hill of the Illinois River, looking across the river over into Peoria on the west side. This was the dredge pond that was so commonly seen when you used to go down Camp Street from 116 to Peoria across the Franklin Street Bridge. I think you remember that. This was the dredge pond that was to the right. This was eliminated at this time, and of course today is no more. There's Silco, Not much left of it anymore today, and there's a drainage pond beside Silco. We used to come in, used to see all the coal piles laying there for Silco. It's gone too. This is the bridge you cross after you leave Peoria. Goes over 116 and eventually will take you to Morton. We're looking at some of the workers down there at 116. Now we're coming down off of Fond du Lac Hill with a Laterno grader. Those cars in front of you there are at 116. There's some more area on the top of the hill going down to 116. This truck is coming from the north on Route 116. That bridge across the top there goes to Morton eventually. Here comes a tractor and a scraper coming down off of the hill there. It's going towards to the east, going across 116. Eventually there are those tractors there up on that ridge. That'll be the road that goes to Morton from Peoria. This is some shots coming down from the north, going towards East Peoria. This is the ramp that went up and over and onto the expressway, which eventually took you to Peoria. This loop right here, which has been changed over the years, gradually went across the river and into Peoria. Now, pretty soon you're going to see the bridge. There's the bridge. It's not done yet, but it's about halfway done. And on the other side is Peoria. There's some more of the ramps that they go up over the top and down to connect and reconnect to 116. Here they are working on the bridge across the river. Now watch this here. He's putting red hot rivets into the steel, and then they're going to hammer them tight so they hold. I don't even know if they do bridges like this anymore. Here he is heating them in the forge till they're red hot. He throws them down. The other guy, he catches them in that funnel. Then he goes over, puts it in that steel beam, and then they hammer them till they're in there good and tight. Here's some more work on the bridge. This is from the East Peoria side forward towards Peoria. So the East Peoria side, the Tazewell side of the Illinois River. This is when the bridge was all finished. And here comes a pickup down. He turns around and he picks up our photographer and takes him back to the other side of the bridge, takes him back to the Peoria side. See all the flags and decorations? This is the day of the cutting. I mean of the ribbon cutting, when the dignitaries are going to go across. This is off of 116, where you used to make the sweep and go up on over the bridge. This is all changed now. This is back in 1958. There, the man in the black coat is Governor Stratton of Illinois. He's going to cut the ribbon to go across the bridge. There he is right there. I don't know what he's saying, but he takes the scissors and he cuts the ribbon. There he goes, and there I'm not sure. I think that's some steel workers off of the bridge, going across the. There's some sailors and Marines and everything. Now this is the entourage across the bridge. Here comes Governor Stratton's Cadillac right there. That's his Cadillac. Here's the rest of the entourage, senators and mayors and, I don't know, councilmen and who knows what all. The preceding footage was shot by one of the